Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and this is the dark tale of the day. Let me take this moment to reintroduce myself. I am the Gothic Rose, hostess of the Dark Entertainment Network. This is a channel where the news meets conspiracy theories and makes babies in my brain, and it comes out my mouth. I do this because I enjoy it. If you like this type of content, please follow along, because I'm not going to stop. Welcome back, dear fiends of the Den, to another episode in our Haunted Hollywood history. We've been talking a lot about some of the most incredible women in the Gilded Age of Hollywood, vaudeville, and the start of cinema. But who's entered the picture now? Harry Houdini, as he was key and very instrumental in helping the conjoined twins, Daisy and Violet Hilton, emancipate themselves. So let's look into the story of Harry Houdini and Daisy and Violet Hilton. Picture it, 1931, the vaudeville circuit. Daisy and Violet Hilton are getting a little older. They are losing their kid, adorable, darling appeal with audiences who are now really just judging them more. Society is not as accepting to Daisy and Violet Hilton, the conjoined twin adults, but they loved Daisy and Violet Hilton, the conjoined twin kids. Now, unfortunately for the twins, their lives were marked with exploitation, and they never knew a life of freedom until talking to enough people, and Harry Houdini comes along. Daisy and Violet Hilton were born on February 5th, 1908. My birthday is February 5th, 1976, so I love talking about these incredible Aquarius women. They were born to a barmaid named Kate Skinner. She was unmarried and she was from Brighton, England, and at that time, Kate was facing not just financial difficulties, but societal stigma. What I've learned is that Mary Hilton was one of the midwives helping her deliver Daisy and Violet, and Mary Hilton took custody or was handed over Daisy and Violet by Kate Skinner. But the darker story is that Kate Skinner sold Daisy and Violet to Mary Hilton, who immediately displayed them in her pub as curiosities and later took them on international tours in sideshows. So they were forced into show business, performing in vaudeville and burlesque acts, but they never saw any earnings from their work. Now, after Mary Hilton's death, and I could not find a date for her exact death, her daughter and her son-in-law continued to control the twins and subject them to harsh treatments. Edith and Meyer Myers basically took over guardianship of Daisy and Violet, and the couple continued the pattern of exploitation and abuse, but it was worse than the twins had endured under Mary Hilton. So it wasn't much Edith, but Meyer Myers, who was very controlling and told the girls to call him sir. That was what they were to address him as. So he controlled their finances and their performances and was so abusive that Meyer Myers reportedly threatened to institutionalize the twins if they attempted to escape, and he subjected them to frequent beatings. He also forced the sisters to practice their routines relentlessly, ensuring they remained profitable performers. So Meyer Myers used the twins' earnings to fund his lifestyle and his wife's lifestyle, who lived in luxury. They purchased a mansion in San Antonio, Texas with Daisy and Violet's money. Now, all of their success, all of their being the sweethearts, the darlings of vaudeville, they never saw a dime until they successfully emancipated themselves in 1931, and that is thanks in part to Harry Houdini. So Harry Houdini, and we'll go deeper into his life and performances, but he's out there, he's doing his magic tricks. He meets Daisy and Violet Hilton and ends up playing a pivotal role in inspiring the twins to seek their emancipation while they're under what's been described as oppressive control of Edith and Meyer Myers. So through all of this, because they were such lovely women, they managed to form a friendship with Houdini during their time in the entertainment industry. So Houdini didn't just perform magical feats for audiences, but he performed real magic for Daisy and Violet because he helped them recognize their exploitation. He helped them recognize their own abuse. And he advised them on their legal rights, encouraged them to take action to gain independence, and his guidance and support gave the Hilton sisters the confidence to challenge their guardians in court. So in 1931, they successfully emancipated themselves, and this was a significant turning point in their lives. And this victory allowed them to take control of their finances and careers, although they still had all of those challenges later on in life and died within, as it says, 2 to 4 days of each other when they both contracted the flu and didn't show up for their job at the grocery store. But Harry Houdini was so compassionate toward them, and he used his influence to help more than just the Hilton twins gain their emancipation, because regardless of how they turned out, regardless of the fact that they ended up dying in poverty, they were free. And if anyone knows about freeing himself from shackles and chains, it is Harry Houdini, and we will speak more on him. But just a fun fact, Harry Houdini has a set of his handcuffs in the oldest bar in New York City, which is McSorley's, which until the mid-1970s, it might have actually been 1976, women were not allowed in this bar. So Houdini has his handcuffs there. There's a few other little pieces of history in there, but Harry Houdini had a lot to do with helping Daisy and Violet Hilton live out the rest of their lives, at least with the freedom and the dignity as much as they could get as conjoined twins that they deserved. And with that, I thank you for joining me in the den.